and I'm getting mighty tired of your trifling ways and of listening to that jackass bray.
There we go. Hey, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. So, I'm back at McDonald's today, grabbing some breakfast, and then I'm gonna head somewhere else. I don't want to say because people are crazy, and not all of y'all, but just some people are crazy. And I've had such a peaceful morning. I got such good sleep, like such peaceful sleep. I slept so well. I've been up for maybe an hour now. Maybe I've been up an hour. But I got such peaceful sleep, and I desperately needed it because I was up 22 hours the previous day. I was up 22 hours. Like, I think the only time I wasn't awake was there was a time I remember I was on the exercise bike and I kind of nodded off, like while I was on the bike, and I was like, oh, let me get up. This is dangerous. And then yesterday I stopped by Starbucks because I was trying to get a signal to upload that video to YouTube. And I really wasn't in there for too long, but I guess the chair was comfortable or whatever because I was sitting at a regular chair, not a high chair or whatever. But I was sitting there and I was on my phone and I was uploading the video, and the next thing I know, the girl like woke me up like, "Ma'am, there's." I was like, "Slow down, all that. Like, I don't even need all that. Just whatever. Okay, like just." Like, I was like, "That's too much. I can't deal with that right now." And so I left and like just uploaded the video, and then I left all of that and went to go sleep. I just didn't have any energy left. I didn't feel like arguing with nobody. I'm sick of repeating the same thing that I have to say every day to somebody. Like, I'm over it. So I'm headed back to LA County. Um, that's what I'll be doing. Um, I because I have Medicare, Medi-Cal, and I have all of that stuff in LA County. And food stamps is federal. You can take that wherever.
But if I was going to settle here, which I was thinking about it, but like after trying it out, I'm good. No, thank you. Like, they can have all this shit. I don't want it at all. They can have it. Fuck this place. So the weather's amazing, but like I said, after what I experienced at Whole Foods the other day, I was like, yeah, no, I'm okay. Plus, this whole area shuts down at 10 o'clock, and it's just not conducive to the lifestyle that I am used to and the lifestyle that I need. It's just, everything is over with, like, at 10. Like, the buses, if you don't get on the bus by 9 o'clock, you SOL. The last bus leaves at 9. All of them. You know, wherever they start from, the starting point of wherever that bus is, all the bus lines. Whichever one, wherever, whatever. The last one across the board is at 9 p.m. All of them. And so you gotta be on your toes and stuff like that. Otherwise, you'll be stuck somewhere till they start running again, and they don't start running again until 5 a.m. That's what happened the first day I got here when I was trying to see what Palm Springs is about, and I stopped in Palm Springs twice in one day. Like, I showed up there on the Greyhound, and like when I got to the stop that was designated for Palm Springs, I looked around and was like, yeah, no, this looks like a setup. This looks whack. I don't want this. And so I stayed on the bus and got off at Indio, and Indio looked a little bit more, established, more, welcoming, more like a town. And I was like, okay, I can do this. And so I caught the bus, and I was, taking the bus around, and Indio was cool. And I ended up in Palm Desert that first day, and that's when y'all saw me at the Whole Foods. And I was looking around, I was like, okay, they got all, the different things that I like. I can do this, all right, cool. The weather's great, cool. Let's try it out. But, people were still being crazy and stalkerish and all of that. My Twitter account has been snatched again. It's officially suspended, and there's nothing on there. Like, I'm not violating no use terms. I ain't did nothing. I don't even have any tweets directed towards nobody. I ain't got nothing on there that, should be reason for my account to be suspended. But furthermore, Twitter is guilty of stealing my information, because Twitter has been forcing me to add a phone number in order to have an account for like the last 3-4 accounts I've started. And you don't need a phone number to have a Twitter account. You don't need it. They don't need your number. And they've been trying to force me to give them my number, or I can't have an account. And I'm just like, no. Like, I'm not going to keep letting y'all violate me like this. I don't need Twitter. Fuck Twitter. I'm a 37-year-old person. Like, whatever. Like, the real money on the internet is not being made on Twitter. So, miss me with that goofiness. Anywho, like I said, I was able to get good sleep last night. And so when you get good sleep makes the difference to everything. I I think it's also the reason why my feet have stopped, like they went down. And I got my shoes on and my feet are comfortable, all that good stuff. Where that's the one thing that coming out here did. Like, this wasn't a vacation, but it kind of was, but it wasn't. But it was like, it allowed me to slow down in the ways I needed to slow down, because I was always on the go and always, whatever, in those other situations. Mostly because I was trying to get away from drama and toxic people and stupid stuff. And I'm still getting threatening text messages and stuff like that. And the weirdos, right, like, are actually following me to Reddit just to come over to Reddit and complain. And it's like, yo, like, for the love of God, dude, go the fuck away. Like, leave, yo, what the fuck? You're going to follow me on every platform and complain about me. Get a fucking life. You're a loser. Like, you're an idiot. What? Like, it's Reddit, G. Like, you really don't have to be here. This ain't the hot spot. Maybe before Instagram existed. You know what I'm saying? And so now what's on Reddit is people who have, made Reddit their thing. Like, people who, always on Reddit, they've made a following, and so people know to find them there, or, like, stuff like that. That's who Reddit is popping for. People who've been on it, been using it, you know what I'm saying? And they have their following of what they do. And then also people who just prefer the interface of it. The way that it, posts the community boards and stuff like that. Like, the people who like that better, those are the people that's there. But Reddit was, like, at its height before Instagram came, because Reddit had the meme game on tilt. Like memes came from Reddit. And then Instagram came along and just stole their thunder. All right, Reddit was killing everybody with the memes. The meme game was on fleek. But it's like, dude, you're on there, and now you're, like, you can't even harass me. And you really expect me to sit there and read what you took? If you don't get the point, not only am I, on Reddit, I don't even just block people. I block them and I ban them. I block them and I ban them. You don't have to give all your information to do a podcast. Dude, I don't do none of that shit. I do stuff to stay safe. Don't give me no advice if you ain't never been stalked by the motherfucking police. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Like, your advice doesn't mean anything to me. You're not in my shoes, G. You can't tell me what to do when you ain't faced what I face. Because I didn't start out this way. This wasn't how it began for me. Period. This is how it had to escalate because people who have very deep pockets, more money than me. I'm talking about motherfuckers with millions. I'm not talking about motherfuckers with $20 in their pocket. I'm not talking about people with a 401k. I'm talking about billionaires. I got people fired, G. The dude who was the CEO at CBS over his sexual harassment scandal, that nigga lost his job. Billionaire. He want revenge. You can't fathom that level of money. And what people would do to shut you up and get rid of you. So don't give me your advice. I don't need it. People are amazed I've lived this long. And that's on God. Anyway. And as I watched the little FBI informant at the pop machine who turned around after I said what I said. One of the things I love about being spiritual and being able to tap into people's energy. Not only can I hear some of the thoughts, I can feel them. So I know when they're the ones. It's an energy transference. Like, I can feel the shit. I can feel when it's taken from me. I can feel it all. That's why, that's why environment is so important to me. And that's why when environments are doing too much and people are doing too much, they're doing way too much. That's when I leave. I ain't got the time to keep going back and forth with people and losing my energy and my life force over what? Over what? Especially, like, for what? You don't pay my bills, you're not paying me, I don't work with you, like, we're not working on something, that would be a reason. Like, just even if we were working on something, that would be, there's productivity at stake. I'm not dating you, we're not fucking, what are you doing? Like, what are we doing? What is this for? There's, like, a video out talking about, like, dry haters. And that's what it is, like, people are just dry haters. Like, they don't have nothing to offer, nothing to give, nothing to get. You can't even get nothing from them. Half of them are, like, worthless, like, on every level. We ain't even just talking about network. Just, like, people are just emotionally broke, spiritually broke. Like, just on like, if you take money out of the equation and just, like, present people as they are with what they have. Like, a lot of people, they ain't got nothing to really offer at all. And there's, like, hating, and it's like, you're a dry hater. Like, you ain't even got no sauce. But enough about those people. I ain't a dry hater on nobody. You're talking to somebody that don't give a fuck about nothing. But moving forward, making progress, trying to make people's lives better, trying to help people, like, I don't, like, overall, when it's not dealing with those things, it's really not that important. It really isn't. But anyway, so I'm going to get my podcast done much early, because yesterday I was doing online stuff to build my income streams online, and I was really into it. I was getting stuff done and getting things accomplished, and I was here for it. And I was being harassed a gang of times by the Indio police, and I was being harassed. Well, I was being stalked by them. They didn't really say anything the first 4 times they kept watching me, but then the last time he came and interrupted the podcast, or tried to. He tried it. And how ironic was it that I pulled the page of swords at the same time? See, my tarot readers understand what that means. Everybody else is kind of like, bitch, you think you're special. What does that mean? Because y'all are, like, unaware. But the people that know, it's like, dude, I had the page of swords doing a reading on the page of swords. He walked up and tried to, like, be all hatery and all types of, you know, like, excuse me, like, being interruptive. And I'm, like, looking at him, and I answered the question. I'm like, so anyway, as you can see the page, with his sword cocked. Ready for action. Looking out. Like, as he stands on top of the hill with the clouds and, you know, all the uncomfortable, unfortunate weather and unfortunate conditions and circumstances surround him, he doesn't lose focus. He is ready. And he's ready to deliver a message. He's ready and he's working around the clock to protect you and protect the kingdom. It's just like, that's one of those things where, number one, I realized that God is really the ultimate comedian. I say it all the time. Like, God is hilarious. God is just funny. Because irony, like, there's just some irony that you can't create. Like they, you know, the way people say you can't write that, you can't make it up. Like, there's really certain ironies that it's just like, it's so funny. It's so like, wow, did that just happen? Like, and then you just like gotta look up and be like, you play too much. Like, you play way too much. God is the ultimate comedian. And also on the flip side, man, I'm grateful because I show even in the stupidity, even in the down times and the hard times, God protects me. Like, and I'm grateful about that. I don't take it lightly. I don't take it for granted. I'm very grateful about that. So, being grateful about it and this new 24 hours that I have, I got up at 6. I don't know what time it is right now. I haven't checked. I got up at 6 and I'm having breakfast. I'm having my morning coffee. I've already looked into about a few headlines. Now I'm mobily charging my phone, but I'll find somewhere to actually charge my phone. And I'm going to knock this podcast out. And then on top of knocking the podcast out, I'm going to be just working on my computer for the rest of the day, building businesses. I don't think I'm going back to Starbucks. Like, at least Starbucks. I just, it'd be cool at first, but that girl in there be doing too much. And that's the reason why I didn't go back at all the other day. I was just like, I don't really need this. Like, there's other things to do, other places to go. But yeah, so that's what's happening. And yeah, I'm going back to LA County. I did what I did because everybody was lying and trying to threaten me with stupidity. Yeah, you got warrants. I don't have warrants. I don't. And y'all are trying to make shit up to, like, harass me and all of this stuff. But, you know, like I said, I've been living my real life. And not no social media life and no bullshit. Dude, like, you can't control what people do and you can't control situations. And, yo, I was in the situation. I was in cuffs. They harassed me. They attacked me. They threw me in the sand. They attacked me. They roughed me up. All of this stuff is wrong. Treated me like I was threatening, like they were threatened by me. You know, whatever bullshit that they tell, you know, so they could be illegal and harass you. And then they went in my property. Police are never allowed to do that. They don't have the right to go in your shit. I don't care what the situation is, what they're accusing you of. The burden of proof is always on them. It's always on them. You're never, ever, ever, ever just guilty off top. Ever, ever. It doesn't matter. You're never guilty off top of anything, regardless of what they're trying to prove. It's always on them to prove it, but they're not allowed to go in your stuff. They went in my stuff, went through my things, and grabbed my license. Well, I don't have a license. They grabbed my state ID. And they ran the stuff. They ran everything. They didn't know me. They let me go. And that was in what? June, July? Like, that was well after that shit that happened in April. That shouldn't have happened in the first fucking place. Because El Segundo PD broke the fucking law. They broke my phone. They separated me from my property. They left all my stuff in one of the police officers' vehicles. They're not supposed to do that. All your stuff is supposed to go with you to the station. If you go to the station, they separated me from my stuff. They had me walking around barefoot. They, like, all that. They weren't supposed to do none of that. They severely broke the law. And it was because somebody called the station and was like, I saw what happened. Is she okay? That everything changed magically within 5 minutes. They was like, I'm not getting off the phone until I speak to her. And I'm grateful for that. Because they was trying to get her off the phone. It was one of my Aarona fam members that called, like, I'm not going nowhere until I speak to her. And I'm going to call back again in an hour to make sure she's still alive. That's how I got out of El Segundo that day. That's how that happened. After they broke my shit, broke into the room and did all that stuff. That's now missing evidence from the internet because those accounts don't exist anymore. Shouldn't have happened in the first fucking place. But people were so bothered about me being in a hotel room and trying to, you know, it's the reason why I left. It's the reason why I went to Miami to begin with. I was like, oh, well, let me go somewhere I ain't never been and get away from these idiots. And then they followed me in Miami. Because I'm a Cali resident and I like Cali, and coming back here, just all of that. I'm happy to be back here still. I'm happy to be back here. This is home. Like, after I came back here and I've been here, I'm like, dude, no, I'm at home. Fuck this. Like, and I'm not gonna let people, like, run me from my home, but I'm also trying to stay warm. And I don't like the way I'm being manipulated to be cold all the fucking time. Hold on. I'm gonna sit y'all up against here. No, the cup ain't gone. The cup is still gone. If you want a cash app, it's Peaches Lopez 2. That's what it is. Peaches Lopez 2. PEACHES LOPEZ 2. And the cash tag is, dollar sign. But I'm good. It's not empty. I'm just gonna enjoy this. I'm gonna do the podcast. I'm knocking it out early, because I'm running my mouth, but now my food is getting cold, so I need to go ahead and start partaking. But yeah, and this is gonna get messy because I like it with the syrup, but everything gets sticky. So I'm gonna have to hold off for a second. I love the fact that they have this Mexican style salsa. This is good. This is real, real good. Don't let this girl finesse you. I ain't doing nothing. She asked, I told her. But I also told her my cup ain't empty. Her reply was, that cup is empty, girl. Let me cash it so you can get a refill. I was like, it's not empty. Y'all can do whatever y'all want. I don't really. That's not my focus at all right now. Anywho, because I have Medi-Cal and everything in LA County, I'm going back there and I'm gonna just figure some things out. I found some roommate situations that'll work for me in LA County. So I'm gonna focus my energy on that because my goal is still to be in a place by Thanksgiving. And I found some things. If I would have relocated here, and I didn't change anything, I didn't update anything, I didn't get any mailboxes or any, anything that ties me to the community. I'm not tied to the community at all. Like, I didn't do anything to have any ties to the community. I don't have any ties to the community. If I wanted to come here, I would have had to update my Medi-Cal and have them send everything here, and I don't want to do that. So I have to go back to LA County to go get my card, because they were making me a new card, and they were sending it to me in the mail. And right now, my address is the office, because I don't have an address. So my address is the office. I hate how she eats, but I'm gonna watch her do everything. Okay, hold on. Mute. First of all, I don't get what people think I get in donations anyway. See, that's another thing about people trying to count my money, and y'all be wrong as fuck. Just like how somebody was on my Facebook. Dude, there's a group of bored bitches anonymous. There's a group called Aarona Adventures with over 1,000 members, and the bitches made 489 posts within the last 30 days. And it's some chick from fucking Memphis. I don't know her, and I ain't been to Memphis like that. Like, I can't even say I've ever even performed in Memphis. Like, Memphis has been like somewhere that I've passed through. I performed in Nashville, and places in Tennessee. But, Memphis is just somewhere I've passed through in passing, doing stand-up or whatever. But anywho, she has a whole private Facebook chat group about me. Bored bitch. And then somebody was like, yeah, we're reporting her because she's not reporting her PayPal and Venmo. Bitch, you don't even know what I get. People be capping their ass off on the internet. Yeah, I gave, and she didn't do. They be lying. Liars. And then the people who do it, it's like people be giving like $5. Like, cut it out. Like, stop. Like, stop. People are full of shit, dude. And make no mistake, I'm not saying I'm not grateful for $5. I'm not saying I'm not grateful for what people, decide to give or do. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is, there's a whole lot of capping going on, as far as that's concerned. People be straight lying. And just so they could be important, people lie so they could just be in the conversation. Yeah, I sure gave to her, and she blocked me. You ain't do nothing. You didn't give anything. Shut up. No, you didn't. Right? And that's why I said what I said. I was like, yeah, you gonna do all of that work because you're lying and, whatever. Something's wrong with you. And go ahead, try it. I can call your bluff because, bitch, I got bank statements. Y'all can keep playing these little scenarios and treating me like, nigga, I'm not a homeless person like homeless people in movies or whatever the fuck. Like, that's not what the fuck is going on. I'm overcoming a financial crisis that rendered me homeless. I'm dealing with financial crisis, or was dealing with financial crisis. That's it. Like, I'm not none of that other shit at all. I'm just like, I got bank, like, they gonna look at it, they gonna tally it up, they gonna add it up, and they're gonna be like, she qualifies for what she's doing. She's well within her rights. She's chilling. Well, how do y'all know? And they're gonna be like, how do y'all know this? Why are y'all? Oh, because we follow her on Instagram and we follow her on Facebook. Weirdos. Anyway, I am, that's what's going on. a lot of times I had to do these lives to stay alive, people. That's where this came from. And I had to do it to prove I still existed. Because people was literally trying to take me out. Like, ain't no ways about it. Ain't no other way to, sex trafficking is real. All that shit is real. All of it. And they tried to get me. And when they couldn't get me with that, they tried to make me crazy. And when they couldn't get me with that because they kept getting caught up, now we're at a stalemate where people at this point are just trying to cover their tracks so they don't go to prison for the people that was trying to get me. Because there's so many paper trails and fingerprints that lead back to them. Especially since, hell, half the time I didn't even have phone service. All I had was Wi-Fi. So why were you following me? How did you locate me? How do you even know my name if I don't know you? Why were you at the place that I was on June 16th at 4 o'clock? Why were you looking for me? Who are you? Who sent you? Because I'm live and I got video. I can show where I was and what I was doing. Why were you there? And the winner is... Ooh. I almost went to law school years ago. My mom was like, don't do that. Lawyers are broke. My mom was like, don't do that. Lawyers are broke. She was like, yeah, it's prestigious and all of that, but they get so much debt. They be so deep in debt. That's why a lot of them is crooked. Because to go to law school and stuff like that, they had to get all that schooling, they got all that debt. And, when it ain't paying the way you thought it was going to pay, or when you're not in a specific situation where, it's fly like that, but you a lawyer, yeah, that's when you start taking the dirty cases. Because you're like, hey, it pays. I thank God for my sane mind. You're sane? Really? No, you're not. You wouldn't waste a minute on my social media if you were sane. Period. Like, nobody would do what y'all are doing. If you were saying, don't bring your mom into my downfall. Actually, I just gave my mom a compliment. What are you talking about? The hell are you talking about? I bigged her up for good advice she gave me. Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. It's actually going decent. It's about to be awesome in a minute. That's why I don't want to talk about it. I'm not sharing any details at all. I'm not sharing details about where I'm going next and what I'm doing. That's why I'm doing the podcast now. Well, not now. I'm going to do it in a little bit and get out the way. That's why we're here. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Now, we start the day off. Y'all see me at McDonald's. Y'all see me eat my breakfast. Don't worry about where I comfortably slept yesterday. I'm grateful for it. I needed that damn sleep. Oh, it was so good. It was good. Fuck, it was amazing. And now I'm up. I'm having breakfast. I'm knocking the podcast out first to get it out the way so I can spend the rest of my time online making money. I spent the earlier part of my day doing that. And also, I have the ability of, they say don't multitask, and you shouldn't, but I get bored so easy. And I'm actually pretty good at doing two things at once sometimes. I got used to it because I'm always doing, the thing about me, even when I'm doing one thing, I'm doing two things at once. Because of my other abilities, there's always something going on around me and in the midst of me. And even though to the naked eye, I look like I'm not paying attention or I can't notice or whatever, like I might appear to be distracted, but in 2.2 seconds, or not even that, in a millisecond, I can zero in and see something else that's going on happening in the exact moment simultaneously with what's happening here. For instance, I'm talking to y'all and I'm on live right now, but I'm seeing exactly what's going on in the kitchen, and I see the dude with the curly mustache and the curly hair who came over here and tried to sweep and pay attention to what I was talking to y'all about, and I saw what he just told his coworker while I was talking to y'all. There's also a man right here to my left that's eating. He's an old man. He's a decoy. He's pretending to be the dude with the curly mustache and the curly hair that I was just talking about is now moving toward the table talking to the boss. But he was in the further end of the kitchen less than 2 seconds ago. He also didn't work here yesterday. So it's very possible and capable that he's here from another store and came here with a specific assignment. Watch me. Just like this guy that's sitting or standing against the pop machine, staring directly across from me, staring directly in my mouth, acting like he's not looking at me. Let's look at him now. Hi. He looks just like Roger Stone. If you know who that is, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you should get on Google. I'm looking at the dude that looks like Roger Stone, who was just staring down my mouth, all up in my conversation. Why is he in my conversation? I'm just on Periscope. I don't know him. He doesn't know me, but he's assigned to me. And the curly hair dude with the funny mustache who looks like Nacho Libre has now been outside the window. he's going down it with a squeegee. Do y'all know that I did all of that in the same exact moment? I'm also thinking about the apartment that I saw on Jumper. Simultaneously. And every once in a while, I do math in the midst of all of this. That's why it's so easy for me to get, quote unquote, technically distracted or whatever. I'm always used to doing things at once. Because there's always things happening simultaneously at the same time. Einstein talked about it. People weren't ready for me to talk and address things like that. People are never ready for me to talk like that. That's why I have to pretend to be dumb all the time. Or, dumb myself down and talk about shit I don't care about, like the weather or simple conversation that is just like, it's why I don't fit in nowhere. It's why, especially because I can read energy. Like, there's been this phenomenon of weirdos, and I do mean weirdos, like straight up weirdos, and the outfit, what they got on, the look in their eyes when they come up to me, to ask me if I got a light, or to ask me if I got the time. Most of them ask me for a light, and I'm like, I don't smoke. And then they instantly snap into like a behavior, and it's like, there is no reason why the response that I gave you garnered that reaction. You came to me with the agenda of starting a situation. I knew that, gave you a dumbed down answer, and why are we still talking? You didn't have to say that. You asked me if I had a light, I said I don't smoke. I don't smoke, why would I have a... It's over with. That doesn't garner to continue this. I didn't give you the signs and the cues to continue this conversation. I didn't ask you, oh, so what's your name? I didn't do none of that. So this is over. But you don't want it to be over. You want to continue to stay and make this a thing. And I'm not going to engage with you. I'm just going to stare at you. And that makes you madder. For what? You don't even know me. Why aren't you walking away now? Because somebody sent you over here to harass me. And it's failing miserably. Been dealing with it for 2 years, though. The devil never sleeps. Alright, so I got like a little bit of this sandwich left. I got a whole nother sandwich that I need to attack. And a whole nother case of syrup. All of this syrup. Did Nacho Libre walk back in the store? Okay. He's on his cell phone in the parking lot calling somebody. Nacho Libre just came around the kitchen. See, the interesting thing is he keeps circulating and staring directly at me. When I'm one of 4 people here. But I'm the only one that's on social media. But so what? There's a wall behind me. So unless he's in here, but he's not, because he ain't got his phone in his hand. Whoever assigned him to be watching me or whatever, they're in here. This is also how, like, people wait for me to go live and then they, on cue, send somebody to interrupt my shit, because they're watching. Hey, Booze. Yeah, you notice a lot of them comments been stopped, right? Stay live so we know you're safe. That comment came from one of them. Stay live so you can stay watching me. No. Bitch, I'm always safe. The only times I wasn't safe was the people that was trying to tell me to stay safe. Because they the ones trying to, manipulate. Anytime a motherfucker tells me to stay safe, that's when my extra, my spidey senses go, delete this motherfucker. I was not unsafe at all. There's no reason to throw that stay safe, energy on me. But you're in the midst of plotting something. And it's cool. I've been backstabbed by tons of people. Don't try to be our friend now. Bitch, block. Mute. What do you mean? I don't need none of this. Block. Oh, this Corey dude is such a loser. I need him to get a boyfriend and get the fuck on with life. I can't stand a man that can't embrace himself. You need to get a boyfriend and an apartment and move on with your goddamn life. Stop hating on women and doing all the toxic shit you're doing because you can't accept the fact that you gay. That shit played out, G. This is not 1995. Grow the fuck up. Grow up. That's what's wrong with some of y'all stupid ass little boys. Y'all mad at women that y'all don't know how to be men for them because you don't really want to be men for them. You want to be the feminine partner of another guy. And it's okay. Do it. Like, don't let people judge you. Don't let people, like, that's what you want. Do it. But deal with it and deal with yourself first. Don't be taking that shit out on women who didn't have anything to do with it. They didn't, don't lie to them. And then, make them out to be your problem. They didn't do nothing to you. You did something to you. You're not living your truth. And not only are you not living your truth, you bought into all of the, societal storylines of what that must mean for you. Instead of, taking life by the horns and living your own destiny, creating your own legend. That's none of my business. Oh yeah, grow up. Like, that's why I don't like Game. Like, he's so whack to me. Like, I never liked that guy. Like, everything you do is a cry for help. Like, everything is like, I just want you guys to love me. It's like, first of all, I need you to be you. And then maybe somebody will love you for you. You can't not be you and then want people to love you for you. What the fuck is that? That's stupid. So, alright. I'm done, dude. I'm finna look at these headlines. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the news. And then also, I know exactly what I'm doing. Alright, cool. I'm gonna leave y'all alone. Peace.
And I'm getting mighty tired of your trifling ways and of listening to that jackass Bray.